This year's ANA U.S. coin signature auction saw some Lincoln cents sell for the price of a used car, or even a luxury vacation. The 1914 matte-proof Lincoln cent, with just 1,365 coins struck, marked the final refinement of the sandblasted proof style before its end in 1916. Made in Philadelphia, these coins feature sharp details, squared rims, and a soft, grainy texture in the fields. Collectors at the time found the matte-proof finish to be dull and unappealing, leading to low sales and unsold sets by the end of virtually every single year. Ironically, surviving pieces are now highly prized as elegant relics of early 20th century mint artistry, precisely for the same reason. This MS-66 red coin has spectacular eye appeal, which allowed it to sell for $6,600 at auction. The 1990 No S proof Lincoln cent ranks amongst the most dramatic of modern mint eras. The S mint mark was accidentally omitted from at least one proof die at San Francisco, a mistake that slipped past roughly 14 inspectors and technicians. The mint estimates that around 3,700 coins were struck before the mistake was discovered, of which all but 145 were supposedly destroyed, though the true number remains uncertain. Evidence suggests strongly that 200 to 250 examples do survive today, perhaps even more. This Proof 69 deep red cameo example from PCGS is pristine and sold at auction for $7,200. The 1940 Philadelphia Lincoln cent has an enormous mintage, the highest to that point in history, just shy of 570 million coins in fact. Its numeral 4 has distinctive horizontal and vertical serifs, a feature that was unique to that year. A sudden mintage shortage in July of 1940 saw the Philadelphia Mint briefly run out of cents as new tax laws spiked demand nationwide. Here we see a PCGS graded coin at the coveted MS-68 red level, which sold at auction for $7,500. The typical 1917 D Lincoln cent suffers from weak and mushy details, with blurred dates, mint marks, and mottos. The Coin Dealer newsletter of 1980 noted that finding a 1917 D with pre-1916 sharpness is nearly impossible, making this exceptional specimen with its sharp and crisp details and strike stand out from the rest of the crowd of over 55 million other 1917 D cents. Graded by PCGS as MS-65 plus red, it defies almost every convention for the issue, and sold at auction for an equally unusual $7,800. The 1955 doubled obverse cent is the most famous mint era in US coinage. Its bold double date and lettering have become emblematic of variety collecting as a whole. It's the mascot coin, the one that turned ordinary pocket change into treasure, and the reason collectors started checking every cent they ever spent. An estimated 40,000 coins were struck before the error was noticed. Roughly 24,000 of those were mixed in with normal cents and escaped into circulation. Modern population reports indicate that only a fraction of that number remains as survivors today. Rampant counterfeiting makes certification essential for collectors seeking this iconic coin, such as this MS-63 red example from PCGS, which was sold at auction for $8,400. The enigmatic 1964 Special Mint Set or SMS coins are now thought to be prototype strikes for the later 1965 to 1967 SMS issues. For decades, no one ever knew that these even existed, first appearing at a Stax auction in the early 1990s. They're believed to have come from the estate of former Mint director Ava Adams, who reportedly gave them to dealer Lester Merkin to display. Each piece, including this Lincoln cent, shows a sharp strike, squared rims, and heavy polishing, all hallmarks of experimental preparation. This SP65 red example, authenticated by PCGS, realized $9,600 at auction. The 1929 Denver Mint Lincoln cent, with a mintage of 41 million coins, was the next coin to cross the auction block. Curiously, contemporary newspaper reports from Evanston in Illinois claimed that some 1929 cents with an unusually small head of Lincoln were found in circulation. These were later dismissed as counterfeits, and not, in fact, mint errors as first believed. This MS-66 plus red example, though, leaves no doubt as to its authenticity, and was sold at auction for $10,810. The 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent is the holy grail for the series. It marks the start of the Lincoln design and boasts a tiny mintage of just 484,000 coins, struck at San Francisco before the VDB initials were hastily removed. It's the most collected mint mark cent of the era. Fakes, unfortunately, are rampant, often made by adding mint marks to genuine Philadelphia mint coins. Authentic pieces with original color and sharp VDB details remain elusive. This pristine example of the issue stands at a grade of MS-66 red from PCGS and achieved a closing price at auction of $15,600. The 1944 steel cent is a famous off-metal error, struck when leftover 1943 zinc-coated steel planchets were accidentally used instead of bronze. Dozens are known and verified today. Most show weak details but are highly prized rarities all the same. First reported in 1959, these coins were likely struck early in 1944. One specimen, rumored to have once been owned by chief engraver John Sinnock or a female acquaintance of his, was sold in 1981 for $3,500. This example, graded by NGC as AU details, and fetched $18,000 at auction's close. Now, we're stepping into the big leagues, where Lincoln cents start flexing five-figure price tags and pocket change becomes investment-grade Americana. The 1969 S doubled obverse cent shows strong doubling on all of the obverse letterings as well as the date, clearly visible even to the naked eye. When first discovered, it caused a sensation. Coinworld reported it in July of 1970, prompting the Secret Service investigation that mistakenly seized and destroyed genuine coins as counterfeits, before the variety was officially confirmed as authentic. This surviving specimen was graded by PCGS as MS-63 brown and sold at auction for $28,800. The 1922 No D Lincoln cent was struck from worn Denver dies where the mint mark vanished entirely. Only coins from die pair number 2, where the D was removed during polishing, are genuine No D varieties. Others are simply weak strikes. These coins show soft obverse details paired with a fresh, strong reverse. Counterfeits, sadly, again are common, often made by altering weak D coins. Research confirms the missing mint mark came from die reworking, not simply omission. Here we have a very pleasing MS-64 brown example of the coin, graded by PCGS. It was sold at auction for the closing sum of $31,200. Struck during the Great Depression, the 1931 S Lincoln cent boasts a low mintage of just 866,000 coins. But don't let that fool you. About 500,000 of those were only sent to the Federal Reserve System in 1935, at which point they entered circulation and were quickly hoarded. As a result, it's surprisingly common in mint state, but extremely scarce in circulating grades. Many show soft details and toned surfaces from long-term storage. Counterfeiting, too, is a significant problem, especially altered dates and added mint marks. But the unique shape of the 3 in 1931 helps to sniff out fakes in this particular case. Fortunately, all of those problems elude this excellent example of the coin. Graded by PCGS as MS-67 red, it is near the top of the population report and raced its way to a closing price of $43,200 at auction. Every one of these pennies tells a piece of American history, from minting mistakes to minting miracles. If you enjoyed this, then subscribe to WNN, and don't forget to check out my video on the most expensive Lincoln cents of all time, right here, next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.